Welcome in, listeners. Once again, this is the James K Experience and my inner circle.
Skittles.
Shy Shy.
This is where it's happening on KCAA Radio 106.5 and 102.3 in Riverside County at 4 o'clock every Saturday.
Yes.
We have a wonderful show for you today. We're giving it up again for the Hispanic Month of Heritage.
Yes.
First, I'd like to say thank you all for tuning in. Today, it's a touchy subject, but not really. It's a thing where we need to really address our words and how we categorize people. So let's get straight into it. In the third segment, we will have James' weekly sports recap. Second segment, we will have the reading for the blind. The first segment, we will have why do you think they label Hispanics as minorities? Well, let's get into the news and the notes with Shy Shy.
Hello. All right. Well, for today, we're going to talk about within the Trump administration, nearly $500 million in federal funding towards historical black colleges and tribal colleges comes largely from cuts to other colleges serving large numbers of minority students. Also, California Democrats have turned to TikTok to reach out to Hispanic voters in the government race. A Democratic candidate for the governor of California will be giving TikTok a go. Annual Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations make adjustments to current political climate and each year during Hispanic Heritage Month. Also in the news today, bringing it back to the IE, Route 66 Cruisin' Reunion brings classic car celebrations to Ontario. Where there's an ode to the Mother Road, Route 66, and classic cars that continues from 9 to 9, starting this Saturday with food trucks, vendors, a Ferris wheel. It's going to be really, really live, y'all, and a rotating schedule of concerts beginning from 5 p.m. to 9 in the town square of Ontario. So make sure you get out there.
Yes, the IE. Let's get down there and celebrate something that is historical.
Yes.
Route 66. I just want to touch on the $5 million to the HBCUs. Thank you for recognizing these historically black colleges because they need capital like every other college. Now, some say that's good, and then some might look at it in a bad way because they're saying it's taking money from the other minorities. But isn't a HBCU a minority college? A lot of people may not know, or some do know, that a lot of non-blacks are going to HBCUs. So there's prosperity. Yes, the population in the conventional colleges, universities, it may go down a little bit, but I don't believe it'll go down that much because we still have a lot of federal aid that people can take advantage of. Also, TikTok. Now we have the D-crats going to TikTok. Hey, they stepping their game up.
Right.
Go right ahead. Get your money. And what I mean by that, votes are money and power. Because without the money, you can't vote. So, let's get into our first segment. What do you think about it? Why are Hispanics labeled as minorities? I'll let Shy Shy tell you about it.
All right. Well, we're going to take it back for a second to the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. After the U.S. annexation of vast territories from Mexico in 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo granted citizenship to Mexicans who remained. Though technically granted white status, they were socially treated as a racialized minority, facing widespread discrimination similar to what black Americans experienced under the Jim Crow laws. This historical paradox, being legally white but socially non-white, denied Mexican Americans the protection afforded to racial minorities as even as they faced intense discrimination. This treatment laid the groundwork for their social classification as a vulnerable minority group deserving of civil rights protection in the 20th century.
Mm. Wow.
Wow, that speaks a lot. So we going back in history, as you can see, there's a lot going on even today. It's not just about the immigration of today. These standards have been practiced
Yes.
for quite some
For
time.
years, for decades.
The boss.
Who classified Hispanics as a minority? Hispanics are regarded as a minority due to their subordinate social status in the United States. But how can this be when Hispanic and Latin countries have mass population and plenty of resources? Before the 1970s, Latin America was considered white under the U.S. Census. So why were they demoted to a sociological term that is designated for unequal treatment called a minority group?
Okay. For most of U.S. history, people of Hispanic and Latin origin made up a smaller percentage of the population compared to non-Hispanic people. But today, Hispanics and Latinos are the largest ethnic majority group in the U.S. Over 60 million people. And in some states, like California, Texas, and New Mexico, they actually make up the majority. For much U.S. history, Hispanic, Latinos communities face systematic barriers in education, politics, and housing and employment. Yes. Because of this, they were grouped under majority as part of border civil rights and action policies, alongside African American, Native Americans, and other groups.
Wow. This is a lot of information. Now, sorry about that. Those that don't really understand, Hispanic is a culture. It's not a race of people. It's a group of Afro, European, and Native put together. In the 70s, the Mexican lobbyists and those who were in power of other organizations, leaders, came together because at that time they had their necessities that wasn't being met. So what they did was they lobbied against it, and they came up with the name or categorized the word Hispanic for all those who are in Spanish-speaking countries and Latin countries. That's when I found out you can be Hispanic and Latin. But there's some Latin that are not Hispanics because Latin America is its own entity, and I did not know that. So, the word Hispanic comes from Hispania. That is the Iberian Peninsula that is by Spain and Portuguese. So most of the people that held under servitude of these two great nations, because they became Hispanic. Now, let me get even broader. We didn't know that Pacific Islanders, well, I didn't. Some of you do, but is under Hispanic. I didn't even know Puerto Ricans were Hispanic.
Okay. Yes.
I thought them because I grew up Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, we ran together. We seemed like we had all the same idealisms, the same struggles. But I started noticing when we're hitting a lot of Black American issues, everyone moved to the side because they spoke another language. Which was Spanish. It's nothing wrong with coming together. I believe groupism is better than individualism.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Americans, take that down, because groupism, Afro, Euro, and Native Americans as one, coming together, growing as Hispanics. They're powerful in size, they're powerful in resources. The only catch is they're not powerful than the United States of America, because this ethnic group has been placed in a minority group to get subordinate resources, and guess what? They're put with all the other minority groups. This is gender, this is black, and I can go on, but we don't have enough time. So I just want you to think about that, and think about when you're out there looking at someone else. Someone else could be a part of you and you don't even know it. So don't be, what I say, a oppressed person oppressing other people. So let's get along, and we're going to go into a break, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the James Cain experience, we're going to go back to Shy because she has some more interesting thoughts on Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
Yeah, well, personally, I always try to empower people to know that, being a part of a minority group, that the reality is you're not the minority, but it is more of a construct built to make you feel more subordinate. And so where this theory comes from is it acknowledges that race is a social construct rather than a biological reality. This is evident in the fact that Hispanic Americans' racial identity is complex and often influenced by factors like skin color and national origin. In the census, a significant portion of Hispanics identifies as some other race, highlighting that existing categories don't fully capture their identity. While earlier European immigrant groups like Italian and Irish were eventually absorbed into the white category, a different pattern emerged for many Hispanic Americans, particularly those with indigenous and African ancestry. Prevailing social perceptions often associate Hispanic with being brown or multiracial, placing them outside the dominant non-Hispanic group.
So in the Hispanic community, do you know in California they might not be a majority in terms of numbers, since Latinos are the largest group there, but they are still considered people of color. Did you know that? Nationally, Hispanics are often still referenced to as both a minority group because of the systematic, and as people of color because of the racial / ethnic identification.
Yeah, so they're really the majority.
Yeah. So
That's a lot of people and a lot of resources,
Yeah.
because we look at Cuba, we can look at the Dominican,
Yep.
we look at Jamaica, we can look at a lot of different countries, and everybody go on vacation to these countries. So it has to be some kind of resources, wealth, and beautification there. And we just get into this mindset that this is all we got, and we just look at these people as subordinate, but they're not. They add to this economy. Just like they was talking about the immigration, how 2-point-something billion was lost in California because of the immigrants that left. Well, I tell you this, that's not subordinate. $2 billion is $2 billion.
Yes.
That means you have a lot of money, and a lot of money is coming from somewhere. So these communities are bringing out money. What do you think? Somebody is cashing in. So we're gonna go to the boss and see what her final thoughts is on this subject.
Yes.
I feel like no race, including like Hispanics, all the other races that we don't really know about, even the small ones. I feel like none of them should be considered as minorities or subordinates, because everybody has their own race, their own cultures, and just because they may not have as little or as much as some doesn't mean you place them under these standards if you don't even know what they are. Like Jay Kane said, we lost $2 billion. If we're losing $2 billion, then why are we still continuing to have ICE, to have all these immigrants that are Hispanic being sent to places that they want to get away from to have a better life? I feel like the people who are doing this aren't making the world a better place. They're basically ruining it, because we're losing money, we're losing funds because of how much Hispanics are in America. As we know, there are a whole lot of Hispanics in America, and from taking away from that, you lose your resources, you lose your money, you lose all these things. I feel like we should just all be equal and not take from other people, because when you take from other people, you're actually taking away from yourself.
Great,
Exactly.
that is great.
I like
And
that.
that thought, we're gonna move on to Hispanic is ethnicity. So, we're not gonna just say that the Hispanics do not have a choice, because they do. They do not have to be in the minority group. This is why I tell you. Because you can go on any radio station and you're gonna have a all Spanish radio. Some of them own radio stations. Come in very clear. No matter where you go, you can hear something like it's coming straight out of Mexico. They have a lot of money and finances. So is it the leaders that want to keep the lower ranking mentally subordinate? Because they say less power.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Hispanics have less power. It's because if we watch them grow financially, always follow the money. Always follow the money. Because it will take you somewhere where a lot of people don't go. There's a lot of people out there that really don't care. They probably listening to the James Kane Experience and say, oh, here we go again. They probably changing my channel. But you can learn something. Like
Yes,
I
you
always
can.
say, every time you turn in, I have some kind of insight. Because I'm going to move people. Just give me the opportunity and continue to grow on this microphone and this platform. We will come to some kind of agreement. Now, those who oppose of what I have to say on Hispanic History Month or Heritage Month, you can find me at James Kane Network. I would have a problem with my YouTube, so I changed it to James Kane Network. You can go there. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iHeart. And I'm trying to get on Apple. So support me there. Subscribe, like, and share. Now, a culture. If we look at all the cultures in the world in the past, Egyptians have a great culture. Europeans have a great culture. We can't always just say, throw rocks at the Europeans because they're great marketers, great skill. It's just so much they have gave into the world. It's not all bad. You know, we just look at the Atlantic slave trade, which today I found out they called it chattel. The chattel slave. And that's the difference between what the Spanish did to their, I say subjects, or when they came with conquestors, they call what the United States did chattel. Chattel slavery. Saying we did a little, but the United States did a lot. So I don't think that's, a wise statement, but it is what it is. I didn't come up with that. You can find all this information out in encyclopedias, AI, Google, wherever you go. So this is not just made up by me. And USA Today, when we did the news, they the ones who put that out about Donald Trump. So I just want to let people know it's not KCAA, it's not the James Cain experience coming up with these things. These are things we researched
Yes.
that is being given to us by outside resources. Now, it's strange to me that we have these months of history through the year. So why is, when it becomes the Black History Month, we only talk about slavery when everyone has been under servitude?
Yes.
It's just strange to me that we always, you know, there was a lot of free people, and from 1865, probably before, blacks were free. So, all this time, our ancestors and ancestors were considered United States citizens. Why we never talk about our citizenship? Why we never talk about how we have made the Northern America hemisphere so great?
Yeah.
We
Our
have came
successes.
with the Europeans and the natives and came and made this. Nobody wants to leave. I guarantee you, no matter what, nobody wants to leave America. Not even billionaires. They still here. Now, they may go other places, but where do they come back to? United States. Because it's a wonderful place, and we all get along. Right now, you're probably watching a football game. You see everybody out there. No matter what their nationality is, their culture is, they're all drinking beer, they're eating, having a great time.
Yes.
So why will we leave these sporting events? We come back, and now we go back to being divided. Well, as it say in the Bible, a house divided can't stand. We keep dividing and keep dividing, we're going to crumble.
Yeah.
Our military is taking strains is because what do? We keep trying to divide the people. So therefore we have less people going into our military.
Yeah.
And we have less people wanting to get jobs is because they saying, for what? I'm a minority group. Somebody going to give me something. And that's the wrong way to think. Somebody's going to give me something? No. You want to work hard. And you want to achieve your goal.
Yeah.
What your plans are. Would enjoy that. So we're going to give it up to the boss, but first she want to give a shout out.
I would like to give out a shout out to my dad, James Cain, for his birthday this weekend.
Yes.
I'm the man.
Yeah.
Okay. Today I'll be reading Genesis, verse 25 through chapter 25, verse 23 to 34. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 people shall be separated from your body. 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. So when her days were fulfilled for her to give birth, indeed there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red. He was like a hairy garment all over. So they called his name Ezu. Afterward his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Ezu's heel. So his name was called Jacob. Isaac was born 60 years old when she bore them. So the boys grew, and Ezu was a skillful hunter, a man of the field. But Jacob was a mild man, the willing intense. And Isaac loved Ezu because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now Jacob cooked a soup, and Ezu came in from the field, and he was weary. And Ezu said to Jacob, "Please feed me, I am with that same red stew, for I am weary." Therefore his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, "Sell me your birthright as of this day." And Ezu said, "Look, I am about to die, so what is this birthright to me?" And Jacob said, "Swear to me as of this day." So he swore to him, and sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave Ezu bread and stew of lentils, and he ate and drank and arose and went his way. thus as to despise his birthright.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
this scripture is not identified for what we're talking about today, but I will use it in regards of the birthright because it's powerful, your birthright. We look at things as entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people born to this country and don't realize that they're entitled to all the great things is just as much as they're entitled to all the bad things. But everyone think, wow, we can't change. I was on the Facebook and I seen a short and it said, a black man can't change nothing, but his children can. I thought that was so untrue. It's because any man can change his thoughts. Any man can change which way he's going if he understands the change is beneficial. Now, he can't change if he want to continue to do the same thing is because that's not change.
Mm-hmm.
That's history repeating itself.
Exactly.
So if you want to change, no matter who you are, Hispanic, black,
Right.
white,
Mm-hmm.
you can change.
Yes.
And you know you can. And these two nations, which my daughter was speaking of, Esau and Yaakov.
Mhm.
Yaakov is what we know today as modern day Israel. And Esau, we can get into that.
Mm-hmm.
And these feud, it's not about the feuding, it was about the birthright and how the older brother had instant gratification and the younger brother had delayed gratification. In finance, this is called compound interest, the stock market. That's a lot of you rappers out there need to be listening to this. It's because you want that bling bling. You want that instant gratification. You want to go and everybody see you and wear these Jordans with diamonds in it and buy you some Kanye's that you don't wear 90% of the time. You're going to
So
be
true.
Esau. And the ones who save, who invest, who buy property, you're going to be like Jacob. Keep reading, daughter, please.
Jacob was very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
He was a good businessman.
He come from good stock.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham was a wonderful man.
Mm-hmm. Jacob was, I mean, he really
Oh, we have a
came
lot
up
more. This is just the
Yeah.
beginning.
from his
Yeah,
family.
this is just the beginning. We can go through Proverbs. It's a lot. And this is, some of it is, the Bible is not a historical book, but it does have some history in it.
Yes. I
Yeah.
agree.
And these places. But next week,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to take you to a place because why did Abraham
Mm-hmm.
and Isaac go into Northern Africa and out of Northern Africa? Why are these two countries and people so similar?
Hmm.
Now I'll be reading Leviticus, Leviticus 19:33 to 34. And if a stranger dwells in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord, your God.
The next one?
Mm.
That was both of them.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of something else. But let me get my mind back in focus.
Yes.
I'll keep telling people regroup, refocus. So I have to do what I say and say what I do.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does he mean? For you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Well, they were. That wasn't their land. They came through. They was from Aram. I probably pronounce it wrong, but Aram, it's a country. And they would have been immigrants. They would have been migrants. And they traveled because at that time, this land was very rich. Resources, everything. You have seen it. Tutankhamun. We can go on and on. High Tep.
Mm-hmm.
These pyramids that we still going today and people are still making money off that was built all those years ago. So when he's talking about Isaac, he's building a nation, and he's teaching his creation how he wants them to live, and he's fulfilling their destiny. So it's going from generations to generation. As I was speaking about, men can change, because Abraham wasn't flawless. He was a great man. See, a lot of people look for perfection in the Bible, or flawless, because perfection, the synonymous word for perfection is maturity. Now, there's not a man can come tell me he can't be mature. If I'm a non-smoker, I'm matured and non-smoking. I have perfected not smoking. So you can be perfect in some things, not all, but some things. So when you ask about the immigration, that's why I wanted you to read that. It's because it's about strangers. Well, as we get on the study of Sodom and Gomorrah, everyone thinks it's because of the sexuality, when it was part, but mainly is how they treated the stranger. You see here how he keeps speaking of the stranger, the alien, because you were an alien once yourself. So look how you was treated. We're not like them. So that's why I speak this, is because we're not like them. We're going to treat immigrants, we're going to treat aliens with respect, because at one point in time, our ancestors were aliens and immigrants. And I keep saying next week, we're going to do the debate, are Black Americans immigrants? We will find out, well, we know the answer, but we will find out why. And there's another thing I really want to throw out there. The Black immigrants is a growing population in the United States. Why no one's speaking of that? We only speak of the Latin and Hispanic immigrants. We never talk about the Black immigrants. And why the Black American and the Black immigrants identify through heritage, but not in the same plight, in the same way of how the United States government view us. And it's called chattel slavery. We go back to that word. But now we're going to get into my next thing. It's called James Weekly Sports Recap. We're going to take one more break, and we'll be right back. Moving on to James Weekly Sports Recap. This is where I bring in the entertainment section. You know I'm going to talk about them Raiders, even though y'all laughing at me right now. Y'all said, last week, I thought y'all was going to get a win. I said, you know what, man? I'm tired of the old-fashioned Raiders. I need some new old-fashioned Raiders. And what I mean by new old-fashioned Raiders is the 70s, the 80s. I need that back. I need that where we breaking them down. Now, our linebackers, they did their job. They was back there hitting Jamal Lewis. Look. I'm trying to bring Jamal Lewis in. I'm like, no, it was Jamal. I forget his name. Moving on. Jamal. We'll just say Mr. Jamal. I give him that respect of Mr. Jamal. And it was also Devin White, Pratt. They played a wonderful game. That defense started stepping up. We have to give it to Jonah. I don't know his name started with L, but I just got Mr. Jonah. We also always got to give it up to Crosby. Crosby is super beast. He gets in there and he's going to make sure he gives 100% every time. If we can take his DNA out and send it to a lot of people, you will get the job done by any means necessary. Also, on the other side, there was some okay pressure, but it did. And I have to give it to him. The defensive back did okay, but the Chargers came in like muscle builders. I said, whoa, Herbert showed us why he's Herbert. He was throwing that ball all over the field, accuracy, and you got to give it to Jim Harbaugh. He came in tired of Pete Carroll whooping on him. So he said, you know what? I got a new team and a new attitude. And he took those charges and took it to the Raiders. But we still had a chance to win. There was just aggressiveness that wasn't initiated in a right way. And the interceptions that we should have, we got to catch the ball.
Yes.
Our running game, suspect, but it'll get going because this is a new week. We're not going to pound her off. What happened last week, we just going to give you Chargers that victory. And we shall see you again in L.A. And you know, that's a Raider home game too. So, Skittles.
Okay, yes. Let's look forward to Raiders are preparing for their Week 3 matchup against the Commanders on Sunday. So please tune in at 10 a.m. They'll be at the Northwest Stadium. The Raiders, of course, like you said, lost, to the Chargers 29 in Week 2. I feel like the offense kind of struggled. The offense line allowed 3 sacks, and the team was held under 100 rushing yards for the second consecutive week. The Raiders had some turnovers. They battled 3-0 against the Chargers, but the upcoming games, the Raiders will face the Commanders. They got, Raiders do got some injuries. We got Johnson over there with a concussion, but he will play. We got the tight end, Brock. We got the cornerback, Richardson. He got a little hamstring, and then we got the safety.
Don't say Palomano. Please don't say Palomano.
No. Was Jeremy
Chow.
Yes. Yes. He's
dead.
He limit. Let's just say he limit. Yes. We got the the wide receiver Justin with a knee. He's on the injury list. But hold on, that's not just Raiders, injured. They got the quarterback, Jaden on the Jaden.
Give it up to Jaden.
Yeah, Daniels.
Man, there. Give it up to that boy showing out.
Yeah,
yes,
but he is expecting to miss the game due to a knee injury. Yes, against the So looking ahead, the Raiders are currently 1-1 on the season after a Week 1 victory against the New England. Their upcoming game against the Commanders is a chance to get back to winning records and address the issues in Week 2.
See, so now
yes.
So we getting some recognition around here. They thinking the Raiders might have a comeback, which is going to be a great game tomorrow.
It is.
I'll tune in, and have me a few beers and enjoy my time at home, trying to relax, have me a rest day, and let's go Raiders. Now, let's talk about them Dodgers.
Oh, yes, let's talk.
The Dodgers is up and down, but boy, they give you some power. Them Dodgers, man, I'm saying, our starting pitching is wonderful. As you look, I just have to go back and look and say, wow, they are the best in baseball. Well, sadly to say, Kershaw says he's giving it up, which is a good thing. He is a Dodger among Dodgers. He's going to go down as one of the great Dodgers like Sandy Koufax. His pitching, his standard, his wanting the Dodger fans to always win, striking people. He gave us so much great baseball. We have been winning for 10 years now. So we want to give it up to Kershaw, wish him the best, and hopefully we can bring one home for him. And Ohtani, what is it now, 52, 53 home runs? Oh, my God, he's killing it. He is. I have never seen a baseball player that can pitch and hit home runs.
Yeah, Ohtani hits his 52nd home run of the season. Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Anything you want to say about the Dodgers?
I got a lot to say about the Dodgers.
Oh,
let's get into it. So this win also lowered their magic number for the NL West to 4. In this game, Always,
Otani.
yeah, I don't want to botch his name. Otani hits, of course, like I
Otani
said,
hits.
yeah, the 57 home run, followed by solo shots from what is Mickey, made his final regular season home start, receiving a non-decision after allowing 2 runs in the 4th inning. The Dodgers, I know, the Dodgers also defeated the Giants 2-1 on Thursday, but September 18th. In comparing for one hitter, despite issuing 10 walks. You know,
Wow.
I know the Dodgers are currently 87 to 67 in the lead, the NL West standing. The San Diego's, they playing
Yeah.
San
The
Diego.
Fathers, San Diego Padres.
I know,
The San
Padres
Diego Fathers.
are
They
4
right on
games.
out
I
here.
know 4 games behind them with a record of 83-71. Please tune in to today because the Dodgers is playing at 6:10 p.m.
We'll
in the
be there.
crowd. Yes.
Stadium.
And we
Yes,
got like
bring it home.
we got 2 games against the Giants, and then after that we in Arizona.
Oh, okay, so
Yes.
so it's 4 to clinch a
Yes.
playoff spot.
Yes.
But it's more than that to clinch the NL
Yes.
West because we still got 8 games left. It should
Yes,
be
it
somewhere
should.
around there. I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, because after Arizona, we're going to Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! So if we take this down,
Yes. Yes.
we get back in them playoffs and
Mhm.
get that starting pitching to do what they've been doing. We should be all right.
No,
so
I-
make sure you
I
tune
totally
in.
agree. We will be all right. But yes, please tune in today to 6:10 p.m. And they got the Dodger stadiums. Let's go Dodgers.
Get one of them hot dogs,
Yes.
y'all. Dodger dogs for everybody, huh?
Right.
Not on me, I can't afford it, but I'm just saying, when you get there, tell them Dodger dog, Dodger dogs. Okay, now,
Oh man, that is.
we had a wonderful topic
Yes.
today. Still shout out to the Hispanic
Yes.
Heritage Month. Let me get
Yeah.
that out right. There was so much information, my mind is kind of flowing because I still have a lot to say, but I have so much short time.
Yes.
We're going to leave it there. And thank all of you who tuned in again. And for those who just tuned in, keep tuning in at KCAA Radio from 4 to 5 for James Kane Experience, the insights that we have on various things. We even going to bring comedy in. Our comedy is coming very soon.
Oh, okay.
We just
Yes.
working out those details. We'll start getting these comics in here and seeing what they got. We're not gonna be easy for them. We know this is the IE and the Pip-Eye. Sure, you see, we tough now. Back in the
Right.
days, people didn't even think we existed, but now we got power.
Yes.
Because you know what happened? Money.
Yes.
Money will bring power. But first you gotta get the money. Then you gotta get the
The
power.
power.
Sound like DJ Quick.
I know.
Yeah.
Moving power
So
respect.
Yes.
this is what I always say. I'm going to leave you with this. Fellow people and fellow citizens. If your life is not going right, regroup, restructure, refocus on what you have left. Read to somebody. Show somebody some love so they can show you love back. And the reason why is better to give because your cup is flowing over. It's not looking for a blessing. It's you've been blessed already. So that's why you can give because you lack in nothing.